everybody, and welcome back to the Vintage Unicorn Beauty Makeup and etc. I am Emma, and this morning I posted on Instagram a poll, what kind of makeup would you like to see me do? And the overwhelming response was number 3, which was a wearable Gothic alternative look. And this is the look I came up with. I also played with this weird Instagram craze thing. I could tell you this is a fail. This is a serious fail, but more of that in the video. So this is what I came up with, a small kitten wing with a darkened crease and muted eyebrows, although they don't look all that muted. But let's hear it for this hair, let's hear it for the little kitten wing I was able to do, huh? Alright guys, well enjoy the video, I hope you guys like it, and I will see you in the video. So the skin is on point, and I do feel that I need to mention this. Everyone has a different definition of wearable. So I might think that bright colors and huge winged eyeliner is wearable, and other people might think, you know, anything with graphic liner is not wearable. So for this, I am going with a kind of general idea of what wearable is. Something that isn't too over the top, but something that definitely is original and unique. And one big important thing about wearability with makeup is eyebrows. So if I want huge, gigantic eyebrows, the look is going to automatically be less wearable. So today I am going to limit myself and do a I'm going to do a dark brow, because I love the way dark eyebrows look with very light hair, but I'm going to do a quiet brow. And to do that, I need to bring my trusty mirror, and instead of starting at the arch, I'm actually going to start right here and roughly brush that through into a geometric shape. That way I have elongated the eyebrow, but I have not taken it like to clown level. So that's a fairly nice shaped eyebrow, and I'm just going to mimic it on the other side, doing the exact same thing and making sure not to get any on this beautiful hair. So elongating, making sure that I cover up every little hair, and then focusing on 2 directions, up and down. I am in a no eyebrow plucking phase right now because I want to grow back some of my natural hair. So. Then I also want to make sure that they're reasonably even. So this one has a little bit more fluff, and it's easier to give than take away. So I'm just going to add a little bit of shading to the upper corner of this brow. And I am using the Kat Von D 24-Hour Brow Lock, which is a fantastic brow product. And it's also extremely versatile. I've used these little things for eyes, I've used them for brows, I've used them for everything. That is the last time I'm going to do that. I do not like doing that on film. Alright, so we have our eyebrows nice and fairly cool and in the background framing the face. So now we have to move on to eyes. So using my finger, I'm going to apply my City Color Color Correcting Eye Primer and get a nice little smearing of that from brow bone to lash line. Alright. I have a little bit of makeup left over, but I figured it would be okay. There's always a little bit of makeup left over on my eyes, even though I use like a pure oil makeup remover, but anyway. I am thinking matte and subtle with a cut crease, because matte shades are going to just generally be more wearable. And to do so, I need a flat brush such as this, semi-fluffy but also flat. And I am going to take a transition shade, a cool tone transition shade. For this, I'm going to jump into the A Today palette, and I'm going to be using this shade right here, getting just a little bit on the tip of the bristles and working this in the crease. Smearing back and forth. And just setting it in there, and then I'm going to blend. Now that I have that nice cool tone across my crease, I am going to go in, of course, with a matte black, because what Gothic shade would be, or Gothic look would be complete without a matte black. And keeping things matte, I think, will tone down the drama just a little bit, but also amplify the look. And I also just want to follow the same kind of shape and tuck that in and blend. The tip is I don't want to pick up too much shadow, but I want there to be a definite shape. Just so that there's some depth and some darkness in that eye, and I'm going to replicate on the other eye. See, on that eye, I definitely picked up too much pigment, but it's a fixable thing. Because what I can do now is I can take it over to the other side, use a little bit of that extra pigment I picked up, and clean it up a little bit. Also, through blending, this is going to be okay, because I still want this to be a fairly dark look, but I want it to be wearable dark. And I'm going to take that same black very gently under the brush, and I need the mirror because we're doing wearable. I can't just go willy-nilly. I want to blend that into the outer corner of my lower lash line. And I want to frill it out ever so slightly. And then just blend it very slightly. All right, so now for the kind of complicated part, I probably should have picked a different video to premiere this. This is this weird, stupid thing they've been showing on Instagram. Let's see if it works. This is what it looks like. You just pop it right there on the eye, and I'm noticing that the way that I am used to doing a cut crease may not lend itself to this little doohickey. So I might need to adjust for it. So what I'm going to do while I'm holding this thingy here, yeah, I can already tell I do not like this. I would rather manually cut it, but it's too late now, so I'm going to take the E36 brush and mark where this thing is going to cut in that black. Okay, so it's slightly higher. That's okay because I want the smoky cut crease to lend itself to both above and below where the cut is going to be. And I can use the other side as a model. Very nice. Okay, so what I want to do now is apparently you paint this thing. So I'm taking my Lock-It concealer and my NARS creamy concealer, and I'm gonna see if I can paint this. This is my Kat Von D brush, and ooh, I don't know. It's like streaky. And this is a nice concealer brush too. I wonder if I pack it on there. I still feel like I'd be better off drawing it manually. See if I can get any more product on there. Because I feel like I'm just wiping it away. And I don't want it to dry either, which is why I didn't use the Kat Von D concealer. So it is on there, and I am going to, I'm scared! No! I feel like I could have done better just by drawing it. So if you're looking at these little things, don't. At least, well, I guess that's a preemptive opinion. I haven't really given it a chance, but as far as I can tell from a first impression, it's definitely not gonna help because I'm gonna have to go in and manually cut this crease anyway. Also gummed up my Kat Von D brush. Okay, I'm going to manually cut the crease because this thing is just, and what is this? Is it gonna squirt? Is there supposed to be concealer in there? What's going on? I don't know. So I am going to go in with my tiny little detail concealer brush. I did not bring it out. Yeah, I'm getting really close so you can see what this work of art does. I'm gonna call that a gimmick product. I really am. I'm gonna call that a gimmick, and I am going to carve out my crease using my two crease brushes. One of them is a Morphe, the other one is just a small little brush. And using my NARS concealer the way I normally would. I can no longer do my makeup in the viewfinder because my viewfinder is now much bigger and it blows up certain parts of my face. I really hope this thing didn't ruin the look. Alright, so I'm going to be cleaning this up for the next 2 hours and then we will continue. So this is a Japanesque sponge. It's a version of the Beauty Blender. It's actually the closest dupe to the Beauty Blender that I have found. It feels the same, it picks up the same amount of product, and I'm just going to use that to blend out and soften all of that strange concealer product that I have put on my face. Leaving that line right there. That's a very Jackie Aina kind of line. I like it. Jackie Aina is incredibly talented. I just feel like she has some pretty exculpatory remarks going on when it comes to inclusivity. Let's just say. I have a video on that. One of my early videos. Not that this isn't still an early video. And then I'm also going to counter highlight using the butt of the not Beauty Blender and just pat that in right down there. I want there to be a nice glow, and then I'm just going to go around and stipple bounce the ball so that everything is nice and clear. Also, just as an added bonus, this is intended as a wearable look because immediately after this video I am going into my work for a little while to help out with some stuff tonight. So I do actually need this to be, well, I wear all kinds of crazy makeup to work, but let's just say if I didn't, what I do want to do is intensify ever so slightly this side of the black. So I'm going to take the tiniest little dot on that Shade and Light brush and just buff that black back and forth, just to give it a little bit more shape. And this may not be wearable for everyone, but I am going to try my very best to include a little bit of a wearability standard to it. So right there, that's a pretty badass look, I think, just by itself. But I still want to do a little bit of graphic liner. And my initial thoughts for doing a wearable alternative look were basically just to do graphic liner. But graphic liner is not, I mean, on its own, it's not really a thing. So I am going to do, instead of an enormous wing, I am going to do a small kitten wing with a long flick. So let's finish up this look. I am just going to make sure that everything is clean, because I did take a drink of water and it kind of skewed everything. Now, I've heard a lot about lip colors and certain lip colors not being wearable, red isn't wearable, that kind of thing. So for this lip, I would either pair it with a nude or with like a very stark red, just to keep it cute but not over the top. So for this, I am going to be using, this is actually a really nice product, this Anastasia Beverly Hills Toffee Gloss. It's somewhere in between a nude lipstick and a light gloss. I think it'll give just the right amount of color, just the right amount of sheen. And what's cool about this gloss, because I generally hate glosses, is it applies like a gloss, has a sheen like a gloss, but has the wearability and staying power of a liquid lipstick. So that gloss will stay put probably about 3 or 4 hours, even through drinking and eating and such. I am not going to contour because that reverse contour did a pretty good job. And so I'm leaving my skin fairly light. And there's the look. I really love also when you can see a dark line of eyeliner with some lashes. I love that. So finishing thoughts, to me this is a very wearable everyday kind of look, especially if you're wanting to go from the more kind of grungy gothic alternative kind of thing. For other people this might be like a going out or a never in their entire life look, and that's all going to be a preference. I mean, to me this is fairly tame. It really is. I'm using what I consider to be natural colors, blacks, whites, browns, that kind of thing, and that's the wearability standard to me. There was also an option on there if you wanted to see me do natural makeup, so that would be like milk makeup, natural makeup, like model natural makeup. So let me know in the comments what you would like me to do next. Would you like me to do some graphic eyeliner stuff? Would you like me to do some hardcore stuff? Let me know, and I would love to get that on here for you. Also, we have our giveaway going strong. There's just over a month left, so get in there, comment, share, all that kind of stuff. Show support to the ARC, and you could be the one to receive either a blood sugar palette, a thirsty palette, or the Equality lipstick, liquid lipstick set. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Mwah.